So that's how they bring down the demand. You know what I'm saying? They fire a whole bunch of people because when they fire a whole bunch of people, they're not gonna be able to spend money on stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that decreases the demand. So now the big businesses, since they have a decrease in demand, now they can pay their employers. They can pay their employees less money because 70% of the cost of production is payment for putting it together. The employment, the traffic, the gas, to bring in the supplies, all that is 70%. So when only about 30%, you know what I'm saying, of produced goods is profit for big businesses. So now that they have less people working there, if they do need people, they can hire them at a lower rate because they know that you need the job. You know what I'm saying? You'll take it at that low wage, you know what I'm saying? And plus, you know what I'm saying, they don't need to produce as much. So they only going to be trying to pay whatever 70% of what they think their potential profit earnings are. You know what I'm saying? So now that this has happened, their suppliers are borrowing less money from the bank. You know what I'm saying? So now what this does is this brings the interest rates on the bank down. You know what I'm saying? Because since they getting less loans from people, it lowers the interest rates. You know what I'm saying? When interest rates are high, when you see like credit card rates, like the APR percentage, like 23%, 25%, that's because the demand for it is high. You know what I'm saying? At that time in the economy, in the overall economy. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? So, if there's inflation, they have to purposely, you know what I'm saying, make it to where there's a recession or we're going to hyperinflation and the economy can collapse. You know what I'm saying? But also you have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, you have to worry about depression. You know what I'm saying? And what depression is, you know what I'm saying, is when the value of the actual commodities get lower. You know what I'm saying? When inflation happens, that means the value of your money is low. But when a depression happens, it's so bad because it's like the actual stuff that's worth something is losing value. You know what I'm saying? Like food, silver, clothes, whatever, the things that you need in this life. Because my teacher told me that in my economy class, he was like, economists don't view money as real. He was like, money is just really simply a tool to get the stuff that you actually need. Yeah. Because he like, dog, if you got a cell phone and your cell phone costs $200, what's really worth more? What your cell phone can do or them $200 bills? Them $200 bills really can't do nothing but what they can buy you, but they don't have no physical worth. What can they physically do in it? We live in a physical world. See, the people who run this world never lost sight of that. People have because we deal with money. Like at the end of the day, we live in a physical world. What can the papers really do? Physical papers really do for you? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a tool to get the stuff that's really worth something. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically how our economy is set up. You know what I'm saying? And why stuff go up and down and why they can manipulate the stuff the way that they can. You know what I'm saying? So, and like this how money get introduced to the system. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got this thing called U.S. government treasury bonds. Now, U.S. government treasury bonds is the most stable commodity. You know what I'm saying? Because they liquid anywhere in the world. You can trade them in and get cash money anywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? And people might like say you got the bond market, right? If a person who's a citizen who's spending money in this economy comes and buy a bond, you know what I'm saying, from, you know what I'm saying, the U.S. Treasury, you know what I'm saying, the person who's buying the bond is giving them their money for the bond. So that's how they take money out the system. It's how they bring inflation down. When the money come in, instead of loaning it back out, they just burn it. So now there's less money in the system, so it increases the value of the money because it's less money. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is based on how much of there is it. If there's a lot of like how much do you think a blade of grass will cost you? Like 1/100 of a penny or something because there's so many blades of grass. That's what make it not. That's why grass ain't worth too much unless you buying land and dirt. So about a blade of grass, there's so many of it's not worth nothing because there's many. Everything is based on how limited is it. How hard is it to get to? That's gonna make it valuable. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they take money out of the system when they buy bonds. Now, when they put money into the system, what they do is they buy bonds themselves. You know what I'm saying? And to buy a bond, all they gotta do is print up their own money. You know what I'm saying? So when they buy a bond, you know what I'm saying, that stuff goes to an actual person. You know what I'm saying? If I sell my bond, the person who's buying my bond in my name is the bankers. The bankers are buying my bond. So when the bankers give me money for my bond, now more money has entered into the system because I have money and I'm out here with this money and I can spend it. I can invest it here, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. So that's how money gets into the system. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, but for them to buy a bond, all they do is print up some money. It don't cost them nothing. You understand the trick of the game? They just print up money and put it into the system. So there's no money coming into the system unless somebody is buying one of their bonds or somebody is borrowing money from the bank. But the majority of it is people borrowing money from the bank, these big businesses. So our system is based on this. If basically the bank is like this. Somebody owes me $100,000. I just loaned them out $100,000 at 10% interest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get $100,000 from you at 5% interest. And then that's how the bank make their money. They don't come, you know what I'm saying? They got a certain amount of money, but they allowed to loan out like 10 times how much physical money they actually got. And then when they loan out that money, they just go to the bank and tell them like, I need some more bread because I just made this loan for this. Give it. I know I can get it from you for this. That's how they make their money. So it's basically everything is debt. Nothing comes in without debt. Everything is based off debt.
That's why money is called debt.
Yeah.
On the dollar it says debt note.
Yeah. Because like the whole thing is this that people don't realize. Now you can go to the gas station and get change for your 20 and get some money. You can go buy some weed, drugs, however money come into your hand. Originally it was printed at the Federal Reserve. And that's how it got here. You know what I'm saying? Because some big business needed a loan to a bank. You know what I'm saying? That's how it got. It's all coming from the Federal Reserve. And that's how it get here on somebody owing. You know what I'm saying?
So you done or no?
Yeah, that's it.
That's money 1-on-1.
Yeah.